Hey y'all, it's July the 24th, 2015, and I said that I was going to make a video about Trump because earlier I made a video referring to Trump and I said, you know what, I don't think he's trustable at all. And you know what, I follow some people on YouTube, people who I get very good intel from, and a number of these people are, I wouldn't say supporting Trump, but more or less liking his stuff. And the reason being is because he's not reading from a teleprompter. He seems to be speaking from the heart, which is something that pretty much almost no politician does. He'll put people in their place in interviews, which is something almost no politician does. He'll speak on issues uh, pretty easily and stuff. And so, therefore, it's very refreshing. And also, pretty much everything he says speaks to the heart of the American populace. All right. But the thing is, I don't trust him. He doesn't have a good history. A lot of people already know this. So, a lot of people are getting confused now. First of all, the election, 2016, just like the elections before, are fraudulent. They are illusions. So all the people who I see at Trump's campaign and his events, cheering and clapping and stuff, they obviously do not realize the elections are fraudulent. All right, but all right, here's the thing. And I just watched the whole campaign event that he had in Arizona. All right, and I wanted to see what all he was going to talk about and stuff. And like I said, most of the things that he talked about were right on point. All right, so that being stated, okay, I want to make a video about what he did not talk about. And the things that he does not talk about are what is going to make him untrustable. Now, you might say, well, he only had so much time. Maybe this is why he didn't bring up these things. That could very well be the point, the case, right? But let's see him not ever bring them up. And also, the election is an illusion and a distraction. And you should stop being naive. All right, he did not bring up the war on drugs. All right, which is a goddamn joke. He did not bring up the idea that GMOs are becoming ubiquitous, and also they're fighting their very hardest to make sure that we have no idea where GMOs are at, even though they're killing us. He didn't bring up vaccines and the fact that people are forcing in states like California and trying to make it nationwide that everybody gets all sorts of vaccines no matter what they say at all. He also didn't bring up carbon taxes. I noticed that, which is a tax for if you're living and breathing. Uh, as far as vaccines go, I mean, you know, he did. Of course, he didn't mention the war on homeschooling, which is taking place, which is the reason why America got to the greatness that it was learning options. All right. And also, let's remember, he wants to put a wall, a great big wall on the border. All right? Which is already just, I mean, for everybody who doesn't like the illegal Mexican immigrants coming up and doing all sorts of crimes, not to say that they all do because they don't, but a lot of them are. And not even just Mexican, we're talking about South American immigrants, and everybody knows this. All right, he wants to put a wall, but the thing is, when the bond market flops and around October and a huge economic collapse happens, guess what that wall is going to do? It's going to keep motherfuckers in. It's not going to keep them out. That wall doesn't work that way. It makes it to where neither one can pass. He ain't bringing that up. He did not bring up the fact that a lot of very well educated people are predicting a bond market collapse this October. Did not bring that up, and he's such a businessman. It's interesting. He loves to talk about TV and how, like, he's got many connections on the TV. He will not ever mention the fact that TV was invented to program your thoughts for you. And if you watch enough of it, you'll never realize that you're actually not thinking, the TV's thinking through you. Ain't gonna bring that up. All right. The NWO, no, he's not gonna bring that up. Not at all is he gonna bring that up. Or the people's connections to it, i.e., the Pope who wants carbon taxes for no reason, even though that's not even your jurisdiction. You stay in your lane, Pope. Uh, he refers to the Bushes and stuff, like he refers to everyone as being ignorant. So when he talks about Jeb Bush, that guy's an ignorant president. He's not part of some sort of dynasty of uh, tyrants who are destroying America. No, he's an ignorant guy and he can't do business well. He doesn't refer at all to the Fed and the fact that the Fed should absolutely be um, audited, absolutely, and then dismantled. He will not talk about that. All right. Welfare. He didn't really talk about that. He did mention the fact that he doesn't want Obamacare at all, but he does want some sort of vague healthcare plan for everybody still that he hasn't really broke down yet. Welfare, getting away from welfare somehow, which is ruining the country. It's been doing it for decades and decades and decades. He's not going to bring that up either. Reforming the police so that people aren't scared shitless of the police. He's not going to bring that up. And as far as the race war that's being drummed up, because number one, welfare has got certain communities going buck wild, and number two, police have certain communities scared shitless. He's not bringing that up either. Jade Helm, which is another thing that's got people scared shitless here in this country. He didn't bring that up either. He's very big on the military, but he has not brought up Jade Helm either. There's a whole slew of things that he is not bringing up, and we need to start writing lists of things that he's not talking about. All right? He may not have handlers. I believe that he might still have handlers. He may talk from the hip and sound all badass. That I will give him. 98% of what he says may be truthful, but it's what he's not saying. And it's his previous history. And the people who have met him before in person find him unsavory. And also, the election is a fraud and an illusion, and you're naive for thinking that it is not. This is 2015 already. All right? In fact, to be specific, July 24th, 2015. That's all I got right now.